Radio YouTube, so I got this Volvo, what is it, a S60, that's the one. Yeah, just got a repair on the quarter panel there, a repaired front bumper cover, and a blend on this door. So yeah, pretty straightforward job there. The front bumper cover there, that took ages to prep up. Like, it was covered in stone chips and just not in a good way, so I had to give it a bit of a refurb. And there was a few repaired sections on the lower down as well. And yeah, like one of the apprentices repaired this one and he's doing really well. Like, I was quite happy with how he did it. The repair on that quarter panel especially. The way I've always said it, if I'm going to be there to criticise your work, I've got to be there to praise it. You know, if you do a bad job, I'll tell you. I'm not shy of hurting your feelings, and it's not even about feelings, but if your feelings get hurt, well, they're just in the way of reality. But yeah, like if I'm going to tell you off for doing a bad job, I'll be the first one to tell you you did a good job. Although there's the other side of it, it is kind of expected, you know, you do a half reasonable job. You're not going to be telling them every single job they get right, you know, but yeah. Some of the guys here can struggle with lines like this, but I was pretty impressed. And as I say, he's still an apprentice anyway, so you don't expect him to get them all perfect. But when they don't get them right, you'll give them your advice on how to get it right the next time for you, you know. It's all good. Yeah, it's a stinker today. It's yeah, 33 degrees Celsius, the first hottie of the season. If this was in places like the UK, people would be dying of heat stroke. Not even joking. Take it in our stride here in Western Australia. It's oh, we like the heat. Although I do like to get out of the heat at the end of the day. The new place I've moved into has got evaporative cooling, which is really good. You just open up all your windows and that, and you've got this big ass fan that just pumps all that hot air out of your home within minutes. It's awesome. Yeah, that's all boring shit you probably don't really care about, but it will have to alter the way I spray. So I use slow hardener on that for the wet on wet over on that bumper cover there. So use slow hardener. I'm actually thinking of getting some slow thinner in. I've actually noticed that I've been using a little bit more paint. In winter, I've found that like a bar like that, probably 180 mils, but I mixed up 200 mils this time. And look, if I had another 50 mils, I probably would have continued to put it on just to get it a little bit wetter. Just because the paint's drying so much quicker, it's fine. You need to get a bit more on to maintain that wet look. So what else have I got in the gun over there? Oh, what gun have I got? That's more to the point. I've got the Tumblr 1.3 HVLP DV1 sitting over there. So I got here early. I've actually had that gun for about a week, but I got here early partly so that I could unbox it, because I don't muck around doing stuff like that usually during work hours. Try to do it in my own time, unboxing and all that kind of stuff. The recording, what I'm doing here, this doesn't actually slow me down, so that's why bosses don't mind. It takes a matter of seconds to turn the camera on, and then it just goes onto my head. So at the end of the day, I'm here to firstly, I'm here to work, and if I'm able to do, you know, make a few videos without having it slow me down, yeah, it's all good, bosses don't mind. But yeah, so the 1.3 HVLP DV1 will probably, I'm actually not going to be surprised if I really like it, especially on a day like this. So yeah, as I said, it's like 33 Celsius. It's going to, I can just tell, it's going to put like a lot of material out quickly, which you really want on the warmer days. Can't see myself like wanting to use it much in the middle of winter. It's just going to put too much on and take too long to dry, but we'll see how we go with it. But honestly, I'm not going to be too surprised if I end up preferring that and going for that over the HVLP Plus in the summer months this summer. So yes, thank you to Spray Guns Direct for sending it out for me for review purposes. And yeah, if you do want one, I recommend going to them. They can usually beat the list price, so just keep that in mind. That's not like a shameless plug or anything, that's just trying to help you guys out. I think they're like only allowed to list them for a certain price. They actually must have different laws over there in the UK than here in Australia. You're not allowed to set retail prices. You're allowed to give recommended retail prices, I think. But you're not allowed to actually say, so like Volvo Australia can't get these guns in and then give them to the retailers and say you have to sell them for this price, or we won't give them to you. Because they might be, I think they might be doing that in the UK, so I think it's classed as collusion here in Australia. So I think it's probably best that way, you know, let the market decide what something's worth rather than the supplier. Either way, it's all good. The main point of it is to be buying through spray guns direct, and you want to save a few bucks, just ask for a deal, because sometimes they can beat the list price. So yeah, look, would I spend $1,000 on a TV one? Probably not. You know, would I spend $600-700? Yeah, probably. I don't know, that's just that price is climbing up there. That clear gun better be killer if they want to charge the same price. And it's got big boots to fill, you know, with the Pro Light, the way that thing sprays clear. I recently speaking to a guy who I follow on Instagram, a big Instagrammer. Well, I wouldn't say he's massive, but he's just work. His work he does is amazing. He's from name's Jose, I think it's pronounced, and he lives in the Netherlands. I believe he's originally Spanish, and he's just saying, I'm done with SATA. And I'm like, so it's not just me. He's like, no, the atomization too chunky, the feel in the hand, and he's like, no, done with them selling them. So he's selling all these SATAs, and he's the goalers. He said, no, I'm done with anything but the Vilbers now. I'm like, wow, that's a vote of confidence if I ever had one. It's not just me. He's like, no, it was never you. It wasn't even you for 1 second. I'm like, oh, that's good to hear. Hey, I've tried to like SATAs. I've really wanted to like SATAs, but I just find my Vilbers is better. And that's money aside. Like, once you own the gun, and price is irrelevant, if you know what I mean. You've got the gun sitting there. Which one do you want to use? And when it's not the SATA, I don't know. I can see why people would like them, but I don't. Does that mean I'm right and you're wrong? No, but for me, the Vilbers is the way to go. Get more control over the orange peel, you can get finer finishes, well, easier. Like, you're not going to get that fine atomization of a TE10, T110 or something like that, even with your RP, you know? Yeah, so this cam's gonna start overheating this time of year. Yep, we're still rolling. It's probably just, I've got to do a stage or whatever, so like get my base coat down and then pull the battery out and get the spray gun and pull the back cover off the GoPro camera and just blow air in there for like 10 or 20 seconds just to blow all the heat out of this thing, because it really heats up, especially in these months. So you might find me cutting out some of those things like wet on wet and yeah, that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm pretty keen for this a guy from Thailand messaged me. I didn't message me, he left a comment on one of my videos and he's like, oh, I'm a Thai fan of yours, I'm your fan club, and he's like, I've got a UV light that he wants to send out. We use a fair bit of the UV primer, weather depending, because we don't have the light. So I'm like, man, I've wanted one of those UV lights for ages, so that'll be sick. So that should be here either tomorrow or Monday. And yeah, they retail for like, well, he's selling them, he's making them and selling them himself, and he's selling them for, it's like $9.50 US, which is, as he said, like 1/3 of the price of the competition. and supposedly it does just as good of a job, but yeah, pretty keen for that one. Anyway, just giving this a bit of a prep sole. Yeah, sometimes I use the standoff prep sole, but I started using it in the booth here last week and realised that a bit of a chip there, a bit of a scratch, but hasn't gone through the clear. We'll just clear over it. Yeah, I found the standoff prep sole look like it's too strong nearly. Just for an everyday job like this car's not covered in silicone, it's not a car yard job. I've found that we use this concept paints brand wax and grease remover, and I found it works great, works fine for your everyday jobs. I found the stand-up stuff, it like eats into all the edges of your plastic, your masking tape and that. It just stays wet a bit longer and it's just that little bit stronger too. So yeah, just find that stuff unnecessary on most jobs anyway. As I say, if I really need that extra clean down, then I'll put up with it eating in a little bit, but whatever, Gunny. Just paint some shit. Stop talking shit. So I've got all the paints in the booth already and we're right to go. Oh, that's right, I've got to do a bit of a false edge around here. So the colour on this bumper was totally different. Like, I got my colour good to the body of the car, and the bar itself, and you probably see over the other side, the colour was out. So I just decided it quicker and easier to just puff that edge of the bumper in and be done with it. Just a bit of a freebie. I didn't even ask the boss about that. We're all adults here. That's it, Gunny. I'm unsubscribing. How dare you do a little flick in on a bumper bar? Whatever. I had to laugh at that guy. He's like, Gunny, the paint police are coming, because I used clear coat over VOC to blend the job. It came out sick though, like really good, and it didn't lose any gloss. But yeah, I mean, it's not by the book by any means. Anyway, get these slugs on and cool this can down for a minute. Radio YouTube, back to it. So yeah, it's all right to go now. Just got to get this 599 down on the blend section and get that colour down with the beautiful DV1 with a 1.3 HVLP setup on it. It's a little bit hot for me to want to be talking the entire way through the job, so if I go quiet, just sit back and watch. It's a good tacky first, obviously. Get it nice and clean. I think I might even use flow hardener on this job here. Yeah, 33 Celsius. Woo. I'll have to learn the conversion to Fahrenheit. Or question time. If you're from the USA, do you understand Celsius? So like, do you know how hot 33 would be, for instance? Or just roughly, like, you know, rough idea of where that is. I think it's like 80 or 90 maybe, I could be wrong. It can't be too hard to learn, surely. Just like anything in this world, mate, if you want to learn it, you can. So I told this guy out in the back, he's a detailer, and he wanted to learn how to polish. He's like a new guy. Just
said, mate, it's like anything in this world. If you want to learn it, you can. If you don't want to, it's wasting everyone's time. So yeah, HVLP 1.3. First time squirting with this thing, with this setup. Gunman is probably a touch below pressure for this, to be honest. It's going a bit slow. Oh, that's 1.5. Let's just try 2 bar, mate. Crank it up. Anyway, nice and quick. The top of the bumper on this car, well the bonnet, sorry, where the top of the bumper meets up to, is actually a different colour. I've actually got this separate colour here. I'm putting it over the front here. Full fluid and currently set at 2 bar. I'm going to crank that pressure down a little bit for that last coat. Hopefully it'll blend out. Get that up. Get that inside to drop right on. The HVLP on the last coat, see how it's going to blend. Easy. It's just as tough. It really feels just as easy as the HVLP Plus. Effortless, mate. just like that. As I say, I think that, yeah, that colour was different up the top of the bonnet, so I did bring that, like just put a bit aside, bit of extra colour aside, and put some copper toner in it, like a bit of a yellowy gold type colour, and just put that up to meet up with the bonnet. We'll wait here for a sec while that dries down, make sure it's still going to look all good. But I think it will.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how that's laid the base down. GV1, 1.3. I can't see that blend at all. There's no mottling in it.
YouTube, so yeah, back to this job here, and I've got the stand-up standard clear in the gun. Good clear, I like it. Not the best I've used, not the worst, definitely not the worst. And yes, using the supernova. So the boys just finished painting a job each themselves, and between them they had 400 mils of clear left over, and that was, they were using 5 hardener. They were doing small jobs. I guess this is a small job too, but I don't know, it's just a bit warm for me, and I know the car isn't going, so I don't really want to use fast hardener on this job. So I did use the rest of their clear, but mixed it together with it. I topped it up with like another 250 mils, so all up I should have, yeah, what, 650 or something like that. But yeah, my 250 has got slow hardener in it, and their 400 have fast hardener, so it's a bit of a mixture. And I'm sure all the paint reps will be saying, oh no, you can't do that. But trust me, you can, it works, and it works just fine. Well, I don't know, some of the paint reps might say, oh, it's just, yeah, it's fine, you're just making your own speed hardener. It's just a little bit slower than fast. So, yeah, why am I using the I just enjoy spraying with this gun. I don't think it's, well, I know it's not quite as efficient as my Pro Light, but I just have fun spraying with it. It's a bit of a funny gun to set up, like, if it wasn't for that garage guy from UK telling me how to set this thing up, it'd probably just still been sitting there collecting dust, because it did for a while. Trust me. You gotta pitch that fan right up. I mean, right up. It's weird coming from a developer spray, because we're used to just full fan every job, all the time. Because developers always spray good on full fan. Even starters, they spray perfectly on full fan. He did actually give me a reason as to why they made the fan so big. It's something to do with like the old dudes that just, I don't know, using these old guns that I can't remember. It's too hot for me to talk too much to their gunners. It's 30 straight still. soft spray this gun when you get it dialed in. I don't know if that makes any sense, even to myself, but that's just the way I feel like playing this gun. It's got a very soft fan to it. Let's get it dialed in. It wants to get a very flat finish. Oh, we could just use my old terminology. It smashes it on, mate! Rightio. Good thing I mixed up that 250. Originally I was going to go 200, and the warm day and I was using the Lotus. Just going to have enough here by the looks of it. How's that looking? Nice and wet all over. Bit hungry through the guts here, maybe. Not too bad, but just wet it up a touch. I'm pretty happy with that. And we've got a little blend out to do. Now looking good, and used up all that clear, didn't get thrown out. That's what I say to the guys, like, I don't care how much clear you use as long as you use it all. You know, mix up whatever, but I don't like to see you like walking out with 300 mils, you know? That's enough for me to paint a bumper. That's faded out quite nice there. We'll give that a little bit of a lick with the buff in the morning. That'll be fine, man. Absolutely fine. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that job. It's pretty clean. The colour looks thick, like the colour blended out really well. Pretty coarse metallic, this one. Man, that cam's getting pretty hot. It's about to burst on fire. So yeah, nice and clean. That little bumper blend looks good, so you know the car's going to go back, so I'm looking quite nice now. And yeah, the colour blended out really well. Nice clear finish in it too. Pretty close to factory. That's what we're looking for. This bumper cover was not in good shape at all when it came in. There was chips and scratches all over it. It had just been sandblasted. So I did my best to give it a refurbish, and it's looking the part now, definitely. Rightio gunners, I'll see you in the next one. Gunman out. Let's have a look at that Lotus. We all know you want to. Get out there and paint some shit. Woo!